Yo, 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 Modog here. So, we got 3 important games coming up, and we're going to talk about the Texans today. So, Bosa's out, and we got another guy out as well. Can't remember his name, Lafon, something like that. Both are out, COVID. We got 9 other people on the COVID list. As of right now, Eckler's not on it. I don't know if Slater's still on it or not. I don't know. I believe Allen's not on it. He shouldn't be on it anyway. But someone keeps sending me a list of more players on it, but we won't know who's officially out until by Friday. I think Friday's the deadline. Even though this is the day after Christmas, I'm still calling it the Christmas game. Every single game is important from here on out. There's no such thing as a non-important game. I mean, there never really is, even with this extra game they added on. As you can see, every single game is important. We need to beat this team. We need not to overlook this team. Because if we overlook the Texans, we're going to lose. Straight up. Let's not get too cocky thinking this is going to be an easy win. We are the Chargers after all. We need to dominate this team, but we need to make sure there's no injuries. We all also need to make sure if we can get some points, we go for the points. Going for it on 4th down against the Giants and the Texans and thinking it works doesn't work on a good team when it works on a crappy team. Just saying, when you're facing teams like the Jets and the Jaguars and your plays are working, doesn't mean when you face the Green Bay Packers and the fucking Tampa Bay Buccaneers that those same plays are going to work. It doesn't work like that against good teams. You're supposed to mix shit up. When plays don't work, you're supposed to change plays. So Brandon Staley needs to get his head out of his ass. And I heard Keenan Allen's statement too, when he says he'd rather go for 4th downs. He'd rather catch those balls instead of going for the field goals. Well, Keenan Allen, maybe you shouldn't be dropping those balls so much because you're one of the people who drops the balls a lot. You run your mouth, how about do your job? You and Mike Williams are supposed to be our number 1 and number 2 wide receivers, but yet you guys are dropping the balls way too much. Justin Herbert, for the most part, is throwing them to you guys. And you guys are dropping them. That's why I say Austin Eckler is the heart of the team more than you guys, because if Austin Eckler is out, we don't win. But we need to win this game. We don't need any injuries. We need to focus on the Broncos, because that's the main game. That's the game I'm worried about the most. The Broncos is our toughest of our 3. Broncos to me, then the Raiders, then the Texans. But we can't overlook any one of these teams. 2 teams are divisional games. Divisional games are always tough. We always have a hard time facing the Broncos, no matter how weak the Broncos are. We decide to play to the team's levels, and that's the reason why we lose for the most part. We play the team's levels. We don't need to play to the Texans level. We need to go out there and play to the Chargers level, and that's going out there, running the ball, passing the ball, and catching it, by the way. And defense needs to do their job and turning over the ball. Our main weakness is the run defense. And, I'm expecting teams to run over us. But we can still win. And I'm getting another text. But, yeah, we need to get this win. I'm hoping we get another 30 to 40 points on the board. Because this might be, I'm not even saying with the Raiders, this might be our last stat game of the season. Where we could have 100-yard rushing. Or Justin Herbert can throw for 300 yards, 400 yards, get 3 touchdowns. This might be our last stat game. Broncos is going to be much tougher. We might win the Broncos by a field goal. Raiders might have something to play for. They have to win all out to have a chance at the playoffs. They also have to beat the Broncos. And they got the Colts. They have it a little more tougher than us. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. Broncos also have to win all out. So they got something to play for too. And we had every opportunity to have not only the divisional title, but even if we lost the divisional title, to have an extra game cushion, Brandon Staley made sure we didn't have that cushion. So we need to get this win. We need to get this Christmas win so we can hurry up and focus on the Broncos and get that New Year win and start off the New Year right. So all we have to do is focus on the Raiders with that extra game and head on to the playoffs. And I don't know who we're going to have because this wild card shit is crazy with 10 teams biting for the wild card spots. And we could be facing the Chiefs unless they end up having the number 1 seed. We could be facing the Patriots. We could be facing the Ravens again or the Bengals. We could be facing the Titans. We could be facing the Colts if they have a wild card spot. We could be facing a lot of teams. And all I want is for Justin Herbert to get some experience in the playoffs and expect this should be normal for him and his team to be going to the playoffs almost every year, if not every year. Like Peyton Manning went pretty much every year. That's what I want for Justin Herbert. Except for I want him to win more Super Bowls, not just 2. But hell, winning 1 would be nice. But that's what I'm expecting for Justin Herbert. I want him to go to the playoffs. I want him to expect that to be normal for this team. No matter if it's winning the divisional title, which we should get once, but win wild card as well. But winning games in the playoffs too. Not just only winning wild card games, what we've done the last couple times we went to the playoffs. But winning. But yeah, we should win this game. Hopefully we get a good stat game, but long as no injuries. If we get injuries, take our main starters out. We don't need Austin Eckler to get hurt. I think Ron Slater will be back. I know Bosa's out because of COVID. He said there's 2 players out. We got 9 people on the COVID list. We don't need none of our starters to get hurt. Everybody else can take up their slack. If it's the 4th quarter and we're winning, take everybody out. But let's get this win. Mo Dog out. Bolt up everybody.